Howdy howdy, my name is John, and this video is a combination of the small Booktuber tag and the Booktube Gratitude Tag. I was tagged for the small Booktuber tag by Lana from Lana X Libris, and then a couple days later I got tagged again by Amanda from Book Apple Tree. In the comments for one of my other videos, Erica from Tome Travelers hinted that she had tagged me in her small booktuber video as well. And that video is not out yet, but I will link all three of those videos in the description below. The tag was originally created by Ellie at Da Kitty Reads, and I'll provide a link to her video as well. Number one is introduce yourself. I'm 47 years old. I'm an electrical engineer, and for over 20 years, I worked in a factory that made large electric motors, where I did the electrical design for those motors. I'm going to provide a link in the description below to a video that kind of shows the plant and how a motor gets made. It's about 12 minutes long, so if you want to know more, feel free to watch it. I have never married, and I don't have any kids. Number two is how long have you been on Booktube? By the time that you watch this, I will have been on Booktube for a full 6 months. It's been a lot of fun reflecting on what the past 6 months have meant for me. Number three is what types of videos do you do? Well, I do mostly review videos. I do the occasional tags, plus I do a monthly wrap-up video and a TBR for the coming month. Number five is what types of books do you read? Well, I read mostly fantasy. I've read mostly older fantasy, but I'm trying to add some of the newer stuff in. I also like to read science fiction. And then after those two, I do like to read a lot of nonfiction. History, science, technology, basically those kind of subjects. That's what most interests me. Number six is what is your favorite video that you have made? I'm going to tell you about two videos that I've made. The first one I want to talk about is a discussion video for the series Earth Children by Jean M. All. It's these 6 books right here, and really in order to watch that video you need to have read all 6 books because I discuss about the themes of the book, and that has to get into spoilers. So go read those 6 books and then watch that video. The other video I want to talk about is the Halloween book tag. That video I had a lot of fun making. I tell jokes in that video, and from the comments, people laughed at those jokes. Prompt number 7 is to tag at least 4 booktubers or every small booktuber that you can think of. A lot of the booktubers that I know have already done this tag, or they're still kind of too new to do this tag right now. Really, I think that 6 months is about the perfect time to do this tag. The only person I'm really going to tag for this is Mark from Slowly Read. Now, if you've seen his birthday Q&A video, you know that Mark doesn't do tag videos, and I asked why, and he gave the answer that he doesn't really feel like he's a real booktuber yet, which kind of made me chuckle because that's actually why I do tag videos, is I don't really feel like a real booktuber yet. But here again, Mark's channel has gotten the attention of some of the larger booktubers, and I don't think he's going to stay a small booktuber for much longer. So if he's ever going to do it, now is the time to do it. I deliberately saved question 4 for last, and it is, what is your favorite thing about Booktube? There's a joke that engineers like to tell themselves. How can you tell the difference between an introverted engineer and an extroverted engineer? The introverted engineer will look at his shoes while he's talking to you. The extroverted engineer will look at your shoes while he's talking to you. So my favorite thing about Booktube is it gives me a space where I can come and talk about something I enjoy doing. And I know I'm not very good at it, but hopefully I'll get better. And the people here are very friendly. And, occasionally they'll say nice things about me, even though I know, I'm not very good. My mom passed away in 2018 after a 10-year-long battle with Alzheimer's disease. After my dad died in 2011, I would spend the next 3 years living with her in her house. My mom spent the last 4 years of her life in an assisted living home, and I got lucky. I found a really nice place that took really good care of her. About a year and a half before she passed away, I stopped working so that I could spend more time with her. While I was staying with my mother, I actually got really frustrated with reading because I found that I wasn't remembering what I had read. After I stopped working, that's when I decided to restart Piers Anthony's Ant series. And really, I only read maybe a chapter a night. Some nights I read two, some nights I didn't read at all. While my mom was sick, my world got very small because I needed to focus all my energy into taking care of her. About a couple years after she had passed, I was ready to kind of reintroduce myself to the larger world. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. So, what BookTube means for me is number one, it restored my excitement, my enjoyment of reading. It gives me a way to meet new people and make new friends. I've met a lot of great people over the 6 months that I've been on Booktube, and I've seen the Booktube Gratitude Tag on both the Library of Alexandria's channel and on Alex Nevis's. And when I was watching Alex's, kind of realized that this would be the perfect tag to pair with the small Booktuber tag. This tag was created by Mara Reeds, and I will link all three videos in the description below. The first question is, which booktuber has the best aesthetic? I'm going to name two. First, I'm going to name RCJ from Find a Book and Read. I love the way he lights his set and the background, and it's a very calming effect, and I love the way it looks. The second one I'm going to name is Aubrey from Blackwell Musings. She's always dressed very nicely, and I love the way that she's arranged her background. Which booktuber has the best editing? For this one, I'm going to say Rob is Doing Things. I love the way Rob does book reviews. He has himself in half the frame, and in the other half, he'll have like a picture of the book, and then he'll put on the screen bullet points of his review. And I find these reviews to be really helpful. The next question is, which booktuber do you love for their personality? I'm going to name a bunch of ones here. The first one I'm going to name is Sarah from Literary Lives of Sarah. If you're new to my channel, you may not know Sarah because Sarah gave herself a challenge to read 100 books in 100 days. When she finished that, she did another month where she read a book a day, roughly. And then she went into a big reading slump because reading a book a day is insanity. Anyway, after Sarah finished that project, she did a video called 10 Lessons Learned from Reading 100 Books in 100 Days. I suggest that you watch that video first. Then I'm going to link to the playlist where every 10 books she does a video reviewing the books that she's read. So she's got that playlist. I'm going to link to it as well. It'll take you about 3 hours to watch all of the videos because after you watch the review videos, you should rewatch the 10 Lessons Learned video. those 3 hours will be time well spent. Someone else I'm going to mention is Dina from Books Yada Yada. Dina and I don't really read books in common, but she has a great personality and I enjoy watching her videos. Next, I want to mention Liz from Booking Out Loud. Again, I love watching her videos. Her personality is just great. Definitely have to mention my buddy Dwayne from Flipping Pages. He's kind of lost in this Brandon Sanderson Rhythm of War. Apparently that's a new book that just released. I don't know. But he's lost in that kind of time warp. So, eventually he'll come back to us regular folk. But I really enjoy watching his videos. He reminds me so much of the guys that I went to school with. Next, I want to mention Jessica Hambrick. She just has a really chill vibe about her, and I really enjoy watching her videos. Next, I want to mention Erica from Tome Travelers. Her video, when she pulls out her Halloween dolls, is really creepy. And, that's just an indication of, how dynamic her personality really is. Next, I want to mention Amy from Potato Brarian. She tends to ramble a good bit, but it's a great personality, and I really enjoy her channel as well. Last, I want to mention Ice Cream Reads. She's a fairly new booktuber, but she has a great personality to watch, and I'm excited to see her channel grow. Who has super original content? For this one, I definitely have to go with Tiffany Russell. Tiffany does character analysis on her channel, and it's something I have not seen anyone else on Booktube do, and she does a really great job at it. I don't watch the videos where she talks about a book I haven't read, but the books I have read, like the Harry Potter series and the Lord of the Rings series, those are really great videos, and if you don't know who she is, you need to go check her out. Who has the best reading vlogs? I'm going to name 2 here. The first one I'm going to name is Amanda from Book Apple Tree. She's only done 1 vlog so far, but it's a vlog of her choosing books to take on her vacation, and it's a lot of fun. Next, I'm going to pick Lana from Lana X Libris. She's done a number of vlogs, and they're all great, and I hope you check them out. Who is the funniest booktuber that you watch? Now, I could have gone with Lady Jane Books in a lot of these categories, but I have to go with her for the funniest. I almost want to skip to the end when she does her bloopers, but, she does a really good job in her reviews too, but her bloopers are they're great. In her October favorites, I'm never going to hear her say the word hungry the same ever again. Who is the best reviewer? Again, I'm going to name 2 people. I love me a good rant video, and nobody does rant reviews better than Leonie from Leonie's Library. That girl, first of all, has a very dirty mouth, which, who doesn't love a girl with a dirty mouth? And her rant reviews are epic. Really, if you've not watched her rant reviews, you really need to treat yourself to one of those. I almost wish she would read some of my favorite novels just so I can watch her rant about them. Next, I'm going to talk about Mark from Slowly Read. Mark was the first friend that I made on BookTube, and he's been with my channel since the beginning. And he started right before I did, so, we've kind of come up in BookTube together. His reviews are really great. I can pretty well tell if I'm going to enjoy a book that he reviews. I've read 2 books now that he has recommended. I've read Prosper's Demon by K.J. Parker, and I really enjoyed that one. And then I read Tyrant's Blade by Sebastian de Castell, and I really enjoyed that one as well. And he has a great way of providing the information that you need in order to determine whether or not you're going to like a book. And if he enjoyed the book, he's really enthusiastic about it. Which booktuber has reading tastes that align with your own? The next three ladies that I'm going to talk about, really, once I met them, kind of got to know them a little bit, they felt like they had been my friends forever. I'm really glad that Booktube has given me a chance to get to know them. First, I want to mention Beth Ann. In her bookshelf book tag video, she called her shelf of science fiction and fantasy her shelf of joy. I wholeheartedly agree. You can't get any happier with me than my science fiction and fantasy novels. The other one I want to mention is Liz from Eliza Baum. Again, she's a big science fiction and fantasy reader. Liz has a really great channel. She's custom building some bookshelves for her studio, and I'm excited to see the progress that she makes and then the finished videos. The last person I want to mention, these categories, they didn't really cover what I want to talk about with this particular booktuber, so I made up my own. So the booktuber with the best accent, that obviously has to go to Very Literary Carrie. Honestly, I would probably get more into audiobooks if Carrie narrated every single one of them. I love to hear her speak. When she does read a nonfiction book, she provides links to articles in the description that, tell a little bit more about what she's read. The rules of this tag are if you got mentioned, you got tagged. Now, I know with a type of video like this where I list a bunch of booktubers, I had to leave some people out. And if you were one of the ones that I left out, I do apologize. Feel free to fuss at me in the comments below, and I will atone for my sins in a future video. Guys, there's a lot of great booktubers out there. And every time that you click on one of mine is a moment where you could have clicked on one of the other ones. So I'm very thankful that each and every one of you has taken the time to watch this video. And I'm especially thankful for those of y'all that post a comment on one of my videos. They mean a whole lot to me. I know my ending can sound a little bit robotic, but I really do mean it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.